This morning on Mornings LLA, one of my longtime viewers dropped a comment and said, "You know what? You look more excited than ever. Do you know something about the stimulus deal negotiations that are more promising than you're telling on camera? Is there some secret that you don't know?" And it's not a secret, it's just an intuition of something. I really do think something is imminent. And in this video, hazard pay, I'm going to go over not just grants, lots of grants. I'm not just going to go over the Romney plan. I'm not just going to go over Walmart's comments for more stimulus, but I'm going to give you my sense of really what's going on behind closed doors. And this is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It really is exciting, great news. I mean, you can't get better great news than this in a given news cycle. We've had upwards of 2 raises on your second stimulus package in less than, what has it been, 6 hours? There was one raise before Mornings LA, now one raise after Mornings LA. There was one raise last night. I'm just losing track of how many there are. This is insanely good news, and I'm going to have more details for you in this video. So go to the Funds channel, subscribe, because it really takes a channel that records 5 hours of programming every day, starting at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, all the way to 7 o'clock at night, to really keep you up to date to the twists and turns. You can't learn this in just one video. You have to be in tune to all the major developments. Hit that alert button as well. Also like this video because it really helps with the algorithm. In this video, I'm going to be going over where these negotiations have gone so right in the last 48 hours and what has happened in the last few minutes today as well. I'll be going over those grants, lots of grants. Then I'll be going over the Romney plan, the Walmart comments for stimulus deal done now, the calls for protest, and I will be going over why that viewer asked me, do you have a sense of something happening that you're really not saying on camera? Let me start with that. The breaking news this afternoon is I really do have a sense that a deal is imminent. I really do think at this point the deal is basically done, that the parties have not signed it to pen to paper because of political choices, and they don't see the pressure enough. And I really have to say that in a strange sort of twist of events, I think the Wolf Pelosi interview may have been the changing focus. When Main Street America understands there's singularly one person who is holding up your stimulus, they really understand the pressure to apply. And today, in the last few minutes, Trump has really played that card well. Understanding the pressure she is under from that Wolf Blitzer interview, Trump today said, you know what, I'm going higher. I'm going higher. And I'll keep on going higher and show Pelosi that she doesn't want to do the deal no matter how high I go, because ultimately she doesn't want stimulus given to the American people. She just wants to elect a new president and use you as a pawn for the re-election. It's a very good hand, and ultimately it may work. Let me go over these raises. So what happened yesterday was we had gone from 1.7 to 1.18 approximately on the latest offer from Trump. $1,200 checks, $2,400 a married couple, $1,200 checks for people on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, $1,000 checks for children. This is more generous than anything the Democrats are offering. They're offering $500 for kids. They're offering $500 for dependents. So all adults would get $1,200. All children would get $1,000. A single mom with 4 kids, she would get $1,200 for herself, and her 4 kids would get $1,000. Absolutely categorically incredible. How about a husband and wife with 2 kids? Husband and wife, $1,200, and $1,000. This is absolutely incredible. More FPUC, more FPUC weeks. All really good news. And that's how we started the morning, early mornings. Then morning's LALATE hit, and we had another raise. That raise, the first one since last night, said that, you know what, I'm going to give more money to the overall deal. I'll give more money for contact tracing. I will give more money for testing. I will give more money for the vaccine and for treatment, more things that are medically related to COVID-19. Ultimately, it's not money that goes in your pocket. It's money that makes the deal bigger. And there we went. It was somewhere probably around 1.8 and a half or 1.9. We were not given a number for it. That was then. I recorded morning's LALATE. I delivered that incredible great news for you. Then, since recording morning's LALATE, which is recorded, it's an 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time broadcast, so it's recorded about an hour before that on the West Coast. By noon on the West Coast, we had yet another raise from Trump. Trump said, you know what? 1.8 is not enough. We're going to go higher. We're going to keep on going higher. And you know what? We're going to keep on going higher until Steve Mnuchin brings home the bacon. Do you think the president has been watching me go to Casino every night? And you think they don't watch this channel? Yeah. All you need to have is Mark Meadows walk out with that purple tile one more time. Then we got it very clear what's going on. Well, every time I go to Casino, it appears that we get a higher stimulus offer. And now apparently Mnuchin has more moolah and your stimulus because apparently the president says, 1.8 is not enough. We're going to go higher. Absolutely categorically incredible. How high are we going to go? Well, the president didn't say that, but I've been reporting to you since, June, that the president would go to $2 trillion. And ultimately the president's message, this is all on Fox Business News this morning, was, you know what? It's very clear what's going on. She doesn't want to do something, and I'm going to go as high as I can go and show her, hey, I have a really big deal. I have a really big offer, and I'm going to take it to the American public and say, here's my offer, and she's not willing to put pen to paper. It's at that point that I really think that things are going to turn. And and this is to answer the viewer's question, why do I think that things are turning? Because there's a problem in Nancy Pelosi's strategy. And the problem in her strategy is she cannot hold off and not giving you stimulus to March of next year, under the theory that Joe Biden gets elected and we do stimulus next year, because ultimately the economy will not be able to rebound with 6 more months of no stimulus that was owed over a year ago, to be in your hands over a year ago. It'll take Joe Biden 2-3 years to rebound this economy. She will have destroyed the economy so much by February of next year that Joe Biden won't need $2 trillion. He needs $5-6 trillion to rebound this economy. It would be a very bad situation. And so I think she's starting to realize she's messed up her timelines. It doesn't work for her. Now, grants. I promise you grants. And so let me go over grants, and I don't mean grants too. Romney, Walmart, protests, and more about hazard pay. The incredible great news is that Steve Mnuchin's latest offer, and the one that's going to come that's even higher than that, has a lot of different grants in it. These are not grants that you can apply for today. So I had someone say, can I go get them today? No, you can't get them yet. But these are grants that you could get. And these are grants that you get, not your employer. Thank goodness. So the grants are, first, there's a grant for frontline workers. This is incredibly great news. The grant for frontline workers is underwritten by CDC. The amount of the grant is not clear from the bill, but in Mnuchin's proposal, it says that there would be a grant for frontline workers who worked during the pandemic that's underwritten by CDC. And it doesn't require you to be to be an independent contractor or to be an employee. It doesn't say that. But I will be here to guide you through to get that as soon as it goes live. Next, EIDL grants. Oh, thank God, baby. Coming back. So if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, you're a Grubhub driver, you're a Postmates driver, you are an Airbnb operator, you're anything like that, the simple independent contractor makes $5,000 a year, $6,000 a year. I don't care if you make $4,000 a year. So long as you did it in 2019, grant money. When I say grant, I have to make this very clear. Grant money means it comes to you. You don't have to repay it. It's what some people call free money. It doesn't have to be repaid. And if you qualify and you get it, it's yours. Next, Mnuchin talked about another type of grant this morning on CNBC. And let me explain that one. That's a little bit more complicated to follow. He's saying that his state and local offer of $300 billion, which is a lot of money, has new protections in it. Thank God. I haven't said this in today's recordings because there's been so much to cover. Remember when I said I wanted Mnuchin to go higher on state and local, and he was at 100, he was at 200 billion. I said, go higher, Steve, go to 300. And he went to 300. And I said, there we go, Purple Power, we got him to 300. Well, he explained on CNBC this morning that he has no problem going to 300 so long as it states that, in his own words, the money would not go to pension funds in the state or repainting the Capitol building or mowing the lawn in front of the governor's mansion. It would go, in his words, to frontline workers who worked as fire rescue, medical response, police, and civil servants like that. So if you worked as a frontline worker, his current $300 billion money to state and local is dedicated for you. So you're going to get grant money that way. You won't apply at a federal level, you'll apply at a state level. How this is all going to happen, I'm going to go through it with you as soon as it becomes law, because it's going to be it's a whole path. Getting this money is going to be a whole path, and I'm here to help you. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I might go to the casino, but that's about it. Next, local grants. Boy, if you didn't catch it in yesterday's video, because there was a lot of videos, I want to repeat what I said yesterday. First of all, go on Twitter and look for your delegates, my Purple Power delegates. Remember, if you're in Florida, for example, go look for hashtag PFL space hashtag LALATE. See if there's a delegate who has done this help for you. If there's not, this is how you do it yourself. Go on Google News and look for grants plus your city or county's name plus CARES Act. And you'll find grants that are being announced locally out of that $150 billion of CARES Act 1 money that has not been used. And one of my viewers, about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, had heard me first saying this. She's a senior citizen. She has been able to teach herself how to use the computer quite well. And so she looked up for grants. She's in South Florida. And she did. She found grants, and she immediately sent me a private message, said, hey, thank you, LA. While watching your video, I found grants in South Florida. I'm a senior. I'm retired. I'm on Social Security. And I found a grant for rent aid. So I immediately told my neighbor and my girlfriends, and I got 5 of us to get our applications in just today on the final day of the application. Thank you, LA. We'll see what happens. Well, I think it was 48 hours ago, I got a message from her. She said, oh my God, LA, I'll forever be indebted to you. All of us got our grants approved. And this is not one person. This is several people. This is the spirit of this channel. It has been the spirit of this channel from day one. Me trying to inform you and trying to help you get money. You using that information to help your friends and trying to help other people get money. And what I want you to understand is that a lot of people don't use the computer. A lot of people don't watch YouTube on cell phones. A lot of people don't have access to Wi-Fi. And so the information I impart to help you, I hope you are helping other people similarly situated with you as well. Walmart came out in favor of stimulus in a news statement minutes ago. Appearing on CNBC, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon, which a lot of people really admire, said that Congress needs to do a stimulus deal and get it done right now. Can you deliver them, some Walmart gifts to give them some encouragement? For both sides, I think they need to keep their mind is that they are Americans and that they need them. They don't really they don't really care about politics, aren't really tied up in the election, and they just need some help. Doing nothing is not the first and best option. I love that. That's what a lot of broadcasters and interviewers have said in the last 24 hours, that all or nothing is not an option. Everything is not an option. Perfect's not an option. Stop trying to go for perfect. Just get something out. McMillan said, not everyone's in the same camp. There's some people that are still being at home who are spending money on their home and doing things to redecorate. And there are other people who are struggling paycheck to paycheck, if they have a paycheck at all. And then so many people are unemployed. We're seeing the pressure on that as well. protests across the country continue to grow on grocery stores that have refused to pay hazard pay as the pandemic continues to ravage on. New indication today says that there's going to be a second wave, and that second wave could cause lockdowns or could cause food shortage in the way the first pandemics hit. And as a result, grocery unions are starting to reorganize protests across the country for hazard pay. If you're a grocery union, you watch this channel, please send me information about any protests, because I really want to stay on focus with the protests to get hazard pay paid on a local level between employer and employee. Next, Romney. We can't forget Mitt Romney. You got a purple power. Keep it on, Romney. Say, Mitt, you have that solo, standalone hazard pay bill in the Senate. The fact that it's in the Senate, the fact that it is Republican, the fact that Mitt Romney is not going anywhere on election day. He's very well liked in his district. He's going to get reelected. He needs to get this hazard pay bill to a vote and get passed. And it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but he needs to get it passed because it's absolutely categorically incredible. With that, I want you to really stay tuned to the next video, because the next video will be going over more money for my SSDI, SSI, and Social Security and Railroad Benefits viewers because of a new announcement from IRS today. Really exciting news. All right, let me answer some of your 633 questions from yesterday. They were incredible, and that was after the that was two stimulus deals ago. Boris, we need our money. They deserve as Americans and as taxpayers. Where the hell is our money? Linda, this is ridiculous. Barbara, the Purple Power is not stopping until we get our stimulus. Thank you, Barbara Perez. Amen, Purple Power. You heard what Barbara Perez says. Keep the motivation up. Diane Flood, DJV, Mitch is jealous. He wasn't invited to the party. Pikachu Diaz, I love that screen name. These people are the worst government in history. Can't get things right. Barbara Perez, good evening, LALATE and Purple Power. Margaret Menzer, this is nothing but a never-ending story. William Dinger, just look at Pelosi. She should get people hazard pay. Jamie McPhee, all truck drivers shut down for a week. Protests in cities that aren't burning. Lori, Nancy won't agree because she knows she's gone. Tara Vendam Lewin, can all the other Democrats vote without Pelosi? Yes, they can. Can they just go around her if they are on board with the 1.8? Yes, they can. Debbie Shalalat, it's so sad because they're so filled with hate for someone like Nancy. Amen. Keelan, we're not even getting checks. Oh, yes, you are. Stay with me. Oswaldo Voga, I feel empty. Carolyn, Americans are sure being treated like we don't mean anything on our government. Amen. A nursing home is hazardous with COVID-19. We already have it here. Matthew Hodgins, oh my God, this is out of control. I love my Purple Power family, but these politicians are on all sides, including apparently the president, who could do executive orders and are not helping us. Keep it up, Purple Power. Keep up the pressure for executive orders. Timmy Coleman, Mr. President, I have several blank pens. I could send you to sign the executive order to put a halt to all this nonsense going on. I love that, Timmy Coleman. Thank you for your comment. Carol DeBridge, we're talking about other people's money we earned. This is not their money. We're paying their salaries, which have been interrupted. Just return our money. Stop making it. I love those comments. 2 deal raises in 24 hours. Focusing on getting this done, focusing on getting to the finish line, focusing on that. We don't want a stimulus deal after the election. We don't want a stimulus relief in March next year. We want a stimulus relief right now. We want our stimulus checks right now. As a Purple Power family, this is all the result of your efforts. This is all the result of this channel. You know, when I started Purple Power, it was to get you stimulus. It gave a name to what this channel was doing, and tonight, or this afternoon, we're getting so darn close. We just got to get these people to put pen to paper, and then we're done. Go to the Friends channel, subscribe, because you got to stay tuned for everything that's twisting and turning by the minute, and I'm the only one that is here to get you over that finish line. Also, like this video. Coming up next is that important video that you need to tune into, that in which IRS says they're paying more money for benefits starting right away, and you could be getting a tax break under someone if they become president. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay LA for more.